What's in the box?
All right, Mr. Beer Kit, my first one. About $40 on Amazon. My first 2-gallon batch of beer ever. I've been hearing about these things for years. They've been around for a long time, like back in the day when bicycles were bicycles that didn't have $2,500 electric motors on them. All right, let's look at this. All right, light. Okay. Who knows, but it's light. It's got the wooden barrel that's made out of plastic. Look at this, very smooth design with the packaging. Flip it around. It's got the hole here for the spigot. Glad we don't have to drill our own. Okay, so it comes with a spigot, which is pretty much self-explanatory. A no-rinse cleaner. Never seen that before. Usually it's a no-rinse sanitizer, but let's roll with it. Okay, so here's a can of extract, and it's something I've never seen before as well. Not even in my extract days, but the hops are gonna be inside here as well. All right, and then under the lid, there is some yeast, or maybe a Magnum condom. Time will tell. Some instructions, some stickers, and another package called Brewmax Booster, which I'm gonna take a shot in the dark, but I'm gonna guess that it's either corn sugar or table sugar. Instructions are very good, and assembling it is as easy as your ABCs. MBCs? I screwed the spigot on and I put a napkin underneath it. It's kind of a little tip I learned over the years. It's just an easy way of spotting a leak. Minor leaks in boil kettles, barge tanks, mash tuns are not a big deal, but leaks in fermenters are disastrous, especially when you're only brewing a 2-gallon batch of beer. The most interesting thing I've noticed so far is that it doesn't come with an airlock, but it does have these divots where the lid gets sealed. It's got 2, and I guess that's how pressure gets released. Very interesting, since it's not airtight. Okay, so the instructions say filled up to the number 1 line on the back with tap water, pour in half of the packet of the cleaner it provides. Put the lid on, shake it around, but keep it in mind that it's not airtight from the divots, so do not turn it upside down, or you're gonna learn the hard way, just like me. And then just run it off through the spigot into any kitchen items that will be touching the wort. A whisk, a spoon, a measuring cup, anything you plan on using. Now we're gonna remove the wrapper from this can, this hoppy extract, and we're gonna put it in a small pan with water on low. This will loosen up the extract, so it's easier to pour out. The only thing that we need to provide is 2 gallons of bottled water. Put them in the fridge too. Do not use tap water. Now pour 2 pints of water into a large pan, put in your booster sugar, and crank the heat all the way up. Stir it aggressively so the sugar dissolves and nothing gets scorched on the bottom. Same goes for your liquid extract. I actually had to run to the store to get a can opener for this part. Crack it open, pour it all in, and stir it like a mother. You want to bring it to boil, so make sure you have a big enough pot that it won't overflow, because it will. Oh, it will. Now pour one of your refrigerated cold gallons into your fermenter. Do this first so your wort doesn't melt your plastic wooden barrel. Then dump your wort in there. Then dump the rest of your water in there. Hit it with yeast and store it in a dark closet. I recommend not taking it in original gravity since it wastes about 8 ounces of beer, and this is such little beer. That's it. Now we play the waiting game.
So I've actually made Mr. Beer Kit. It's actually how I got started brewing, but it's been about 9 years since I've done it, and that first batch that I made did not turn out good.
Today we transferred from the Mr. Beer Kit to a corny keg, and upon transferring into the corny keg, I opened the top of the Mr. Beer Kit and looked at it, smelled it. It looked very clear, which was nice. All the yeast had settled to the bottom. Did have kind of a sweet, caramely smell to it. That is very typical of using extract beers. I think I'll be able to tell which one's which. We threw it in the fridge. We kind of force carbonated it. We gave the keg a shake, purged it with CO2. And if you want to learn how to force carbonate a beer, we'll leave a link or a thing. You can watch our forced carbonation video.
All right, so Mr. Beer Kit, $40. We get a lot of questions on the Hoppy Hour. Should I buy this? And I don't know. So we're doing the video today. Trent's got his, I have mine. I'm a little bit nervous right now, but I'm gonna drink another beer after this and it'll get better and better. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm not expecting much. I have no expectation. It's been around for a long time, but I think it's very gimmicky and I've heard bad things. So I don't think we really have anything to lose.
So the way we went about it, CH made his to the book. He followed the recipe. And in my version, I added some cryo hops to it, and as well as swapped out the yeast for Kvike. Kind of make it a little bit faster and add a bit more punch and depth of flavor.
Which one's that?
This is the one you made.
So on this side, I have the CH brewed one with the standard recipe. And here's mine with the extra hops and different yeast.
All right, so I got the brew shows right here. Straight off the gate, it's a little bit darker. Ours on the right, it's a little less carbonated. We force carbonated today, but you can still taste beer even without carbonation. I'm gonna go for ours first because I think it's gonna be the worser one, the less better tasting one, the least better tasting one.
So I guess I'll start here with CH's. It certainly smells like beer.
It's a lot cleaner and better than I thought it would be, based on but we've also got like some brew experience. Seems like most people their very first try it ends up being like horrific. This kind of reminds me of like not beer milk or cereal milk, but it's like I poured beer in Honey Nut Cheerios and like ate all the Cheerios, and this is what's left over. Like it has this odd like little bit of sweetness, like caramel and honey. But overall, not terrible.
Worser. It's okay. It's not bad.
And it's really not that bad. I think if this, like the other said, if this was my first beer I ever made, I'd be pretty psyched about it. I don't really detect any like off flavors. It's a little bit on the sweet side, very like malty, sweet maltiness, but it goes down really easy.
This is the one the Brew Show made, Mr. Brew Show. The aroma is like 10 times better, and I think that's from the Cryo Citra hops.
Yeah, I'm getting a ton of the Citra hops coming through. It smells like an IPA that you might expect.
So here's Trent's. Here's the brew show. So he's got Cryo Citra in here, and he's got Kvike yeast, and straight off the nose. Oh my God, like night and day for the aroma.
But all in all, they're almost a very like similar flavor besides that like Citra addition.
I don't even think we need to do a blind taste contest. Do you think you could tell the difference in a blind taste contest?
I think I definitely could.
But yeah, it actually smells like a real beer, a real commercial beer. Yeah, it's much better. I think I could definitely tell the difference in a blind taste contest.